banks are thieves. So let's talk about this for a minute. On many levels, banks are thieves on many levels. And this is coming from someone with 7 years in the financial services industry many years ago. Banks are thieves. Let's talk about it. Level 1, banks are thieves when it comes to a wonderful scam they came up with. Direct deposit. What a scam. Okay, here's the deal. You go to work at a job. If you're still at a job, I'm praying for you not to be at a job. Praying for you to live your destiny. Go watch the video, Jobs Are Crack. But anyway, you have a job, let's just say. And they ask you, do you want direct deposit? So the bank offers this wonderful service where they're going to get your money before you get it. So now let me ask you a question. If I came up to you and you worked for 2 weeks or you worked for a whole month and it was time for you to get paid, if I came up to you and said, give me your whole paycheck, would you say yes to that deal? Give me your whole paycheck. And by the way, if you have any outstanding money with me, because I'm going to do some shenanigans and make sure that you have some outstanding money with me. If you have any outstanding money with me, I'm going to get it first before you get paid. Oh, and also I'm going to charge you to hold your money for you. Oh, and when you come to get your money, I'm not going to keep it all there. I'm going to give it to other people that I want to give it to. And I'm going to make money on that, but I'm not going to give you any of it. Oh, is that? What is that? Is that what you're saying yes to? You said yes to the bank. Now, let's put this in context. I have bank accounts. I deal with banks. But I deal with banks with my eyes wide open. I know what I'm dealing with. Don't think you're dealing with a pussycat when you're dealing with a dragon. You better know who you're dealing with. So you wouldn't take that deal? Let me hold your paycheck. Boo, look at me. Let me hold your paycheck. I keep it for you. But now, if you owe me anything like $35 overdraft fees, if you owe me anything, I'm going to get mine first. And then if there's anything left, you'll get it. Oh, and by the way, every month on your account, I'm going to charge you. Oh, and by the way, I'm not going to keep all your money. I'm only going to keep 10 cents on every dollar. So if you give me $1,000, I'm only going to hold 100. I'm going to take the other 900 and I'm going to give it to other people and they're going to pay me money because they need money. People out here need money. So I'm going to loan it to them and I'm going to charge them like 10, 15, 20%. It depends on their credit rating and, all that kind of stuff. And they're going to pay me like 10, 15, 20%. They're going to pay me in the end. They're going to pay me for a house that was only $300,000. They're going to wind up paying me about $600,000, $589,000. You're not getting none of that money, though. I'm using your money to do that, but you're not getting none of it. Would you be okay with that? Then guess what? I'm going to call you up and say, just give me your paycheck because I can do something better with it, too. For the belief that we have that a bank is somehow rendering you a wonderful service. Okay, let's go to the second level where banks are thieves. Robbing you, just robbing you. You got to know how this stuff works. Let's go to debit cards. Oh, what a wonderful invention. Debit cards, checks, and overdraft fees. Let's put all those three together. So the bank, you think, is upset when you overdraw. No, they're not. If everybody stopped overdrawing today, the banks would lose about how much? $70 billion in revenue. Do you think they really want people to stop overdrawing? Of course they don't. They want you to overdraft your account because guess what? $35, $35, $35, $35, cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. That's the way it works, right? I'm speaking truth, right? You haven't been a victim of that? 35, 35, 35. Dang, man, I used my debit card too much. I didn't write down that $179 from buying Tic Tacs in CVS. Oh, shoot, overdrew my whole bank account. All right. What is an overdraft? So use your debit card. Swipe. The money's not there. Perhaps you didn't keep proper accounting. Perhaps you were not completely on top of it. You had a lot of things going on. Who knows what it was, right? For whatever reason, the very opportunistic bank, notice here, yes, sometimes we do have our stuff out of order. We do not want systems that are in place that take advantage of and profit from us being out of order. Do you? Is that the kind of system you want to work in? A system that actually profits when you are out of order. That's not a God-devised system. It's not. Because God says there's grace. So if I did not pay close attention to my bank account, yes, there's grace. And yes, let me learn how to do this. And yes, I will feel the consequences. And yes, I will have the untoward results of that. Yet, I don't need somebody who's standing waiting for me to mess up and make a mistake so they can swipe. Yeah. Wait a minute. These people are profiting when you make a mistake, when you mess up, when you don't pay attention, when you're irresponsible. These people are profiting from that. And that's okay? I don't think so. All right, let's go further. So you have a scheme at the bank. This is what we have at the scheme at the bank. You use your debit card, let's say 4 times during the day. You charge $100, you charge $50, you charge $25, you charge $1.79 in CVS. The bank, before the new regulations, did not do those charges in the order that they came in the order that you swiped your card. At night, when they settle, they do the transactions in the order of highest transaction first. What does that mean? There's a greater likelihood. They kind of tilting the odds in their favor that maybe you might overdraw and then get that 35. This is billions of dollars we're talking about every year. Billions. So they charge first the $100, hit your bank account with the $100, then the $50, then the $25, then the $1.79, even if that wasn't the order that you did the charges in. So now what if you had exactly, let's say 150 in your account? Well, 100 hits first. Now you have 50. Then the 50 hits. Now you have 0. Now they're going to put through the 25 and the $1.79. They got a $35 fee for you overdrafting in the first place. Then they have a $35 fee on the NSF, the insufficient funds, for the $25 transaction. Then they have another $35 fee for the NSF on $1.79. This is $105 of fees that has now been racked up because of their slippery accounting. They're accounting in their favor. Yeah. We hope you don't never notice what we're doing. Well, hey, the cat's out the bag because I'm telling you how they do it. All right, let's go next. Banks are thieves, I'm telling you. And guess what? You can do something about it. I'm going to tell you what you can do about it. Number 3, third way, banks are thieves. Okay, so we got the whole overdraft thing, right? What is an overdraft actually? Let me close this loop. What is an overdraft actually? An overdraft is a short-term loan. They are loaning you $25 plus $1.79 in that scenario. They are loaning you $26.79. And for the privilege of them paying that $26.79 on your behalf because you didn't pay attention, or maybe you were not really realizing where your bank account was, and because of their nice shady accounting mechanisms and transaction reporting, all their tricks they're doing behind the scenes that you have no idea about. Well, because of that, now they gave you $26.79 of a short-term loan for which they charged you $105 in interest. Well, now, an overnight loan. They gave you an overnight loan of $26.79, and they charged you $105 interest. Let's call that, what percentage of interest is that? About 450% interest? Banks are thieves. Number 3, there are not many banks. You think there's Wells Fargo over there, Bank of America over there, PNC over there, M&T over there. There's one bank, boo. There's one bank in this country. There is one bank in this country. And if you're in other countries, I'm not sure how it works in those other countries. I know how it works in America. I was in this system. I am out of this system. And I look at this system. I study the system. There's one bank. It is the central bank of these United States in many forms and guises. Wells Fargo, they're all in the bed together. There's a book I want you to read. Or I have it on Audible. Listen to it. It's called The Creature of Jekyll Island. The Creature of Jekyll Island. It is the formation in 1910 of the Federal Reserve System. The system that is robbing you blind while you sleep under the guise or the veil of quantitative easing. Check it out for yourself, boo. See, when you begin to wake up and understand how things really work, you can make a choice. You can't change anything you're not aware of. Banks are thieves. What are you going to do about it? Visit me online at valerielove.com. Be blessed.